see if this mushroom princess or mushroom queen, she's called Princess Peach now that I'm thinking about it, but like, isn't she actually the queen? I'm very confused.
She does seem to run the entire show around there. I'm a big Mario 64 guy. It kind of seems like she's the only one there doing things. So I don't know. Give her flowers. Yeah, she's a queen.
I'm very confused at how the monarchy of the Mushroom Kingdom works. It's also called a kingdom, but I haven't seen any male monarchs in reign.
Yeah, what's going on here?
I've seen villages. They're like Super Mario RPG. There's the couple of villages. So we'll have to talk more about Mushroom Kingdom politics at a later date, as we've got game 1 here on FD.
Yeah, FD starting here twice. Not an often start you see for most sets too. But I can understand how Peach and I can understand how some of the other characters can utilize the stage to great benefit.
Right, especially with being able to float. A very unique option in this meta. Only one other character has it, like Daisy. You do get to kind of build a bear your own platforms to avoid the bear that's on the ground in front of you. So MaTheo could definitely be making great use of that, but they haven't been able to yet, as MaTheo opens up by getting dominated here by bear. Hasn't really had the opportunity to do anything quite yet.
Yeah, phenomenal 2-hit conversion there, too. I think one thing Banjo is not really appreciative for is his simplicity in his combo game, and not to the point where it's easy, but to the point where it's very effective, and you need 1 or 2 hits to find that combo to get kills. Like, that's just B into turnaround forward air. That's easy as bread and butters right there.
Yeah, I don't think that's true in the slightest, but I could be wrong. Again, Banjo. Yeah, you can definitely find, like, obviously something being untrue doesn't mean you can't hit it. You're never gonna catch me saying something like, oh, it's not true, so it's useless or anything like that, right? But it's definitely like a credit to Bear for finding all of these conversions so quickly, and now they get that turnaround Wonder Wing to continue to hold control of this stage. MaTheo just hasn't had the chance to do anything.
Mm-hmm. And I'm really liking how Bear is confident in the item play. Obviously, being a Banjo player, and anyone who can utilize items, the ability to counteract your opponent's items is such a good tool in the arsenal, and you're not really seeing it from MaTheo going the other way here. Grenades and bombs are not being put in the hands of Peach here, and the game is all in the hands of Bear.
Egg up tilt is an interesting conversion here, and Bear, yeah, like you said, the game is just entirely in his hands. Hasn't given MaTheo any semblance of a chance to find his footing, either on the ground or in the air. Just constant projectiles, constant smothering with hitboxes, and he hasn't, except for like one down tilt combo that led to 50%, it's mostly just been straight hits, finding little bits and pieces of damage.
Here's what I'm really thinking is the difference here, though. I think Bear's projectiles are much more chaotic. They have much more, variability in them, where Peach has to be on the ground to pick up a turnip and then start to float in the air. Bear can spawn a grenade, and it can cover air, it can fall on the ground, and it's just a tough situation to deal with. You don't have much real estate to work. Dancing back to the ledge there, too. Perfect. Keeping ourselves alive here.
Oh, does get the Bear. Very nice Bear to catch the air dodge back to ledge, going just a tad bit above the ledge before the snap comes through. It's very well placed, but that does mean a Dot Eyes is here to play. Oh boy, 51%, be careful.
I've seen Esam try too many 0 to deaths with this character in the corner. I'm scared.
He might be dead here.
Scary.
One single Dot Eyes could have been all that he needed to turn the tides of this game. He is at 105 on his final stock, but should he be able to take the stock here, he will be in a much better situation than he was in a second ago. He does have to find that stock, and Bear has not been making it easy.
Mm-hmm. Bear reaching a little bit here, too. Up smashing out of the is the first option out of the scrambled here, too, and that puts you in so much lag that MaTheo can do something to come back from it. Not going to find the snipe on the up, be a little late.
But he has forced Bear to waste so many of these Wonder Wings.
You'll die eventually, but I thought you were dead off the down throw. Great DI off the throw to avoid up tilt, but the coverage was really good. As we've seen from Bear that entire game, if the option wasn't true, as we were talking about earlier, you have kind of these situations that your opponent has to pick an option. You know every single facet they can go to. You know every single avenue they can take.
Right, a little bit of a rough start from MaTheo or MaTheo, but you see right here, at the end, they started to figure out how to play the matchup correctly. They were doing such a good job of forcing Bear to waste resources both off stage and on stage. One singular neutral beat or side.
Hey, last, my man, your mic's cutting out.
Oh.
Hey,
am I back? I think I kicked the wires. That's my bad.
Sorry, the monkeys in the back are plugging in the wrong plugs for last over here.
So much money for this Monkey Butler, and he can't even plug in the wires right. It's so tough to get good health these days.
It's tough. Trying to cover off that platform there. Getting caught with the jabs in the corner here too. And I think this platform's good. I just had such a problem, and it would be so hard for me to just deal with Bear dropping these grenades from, like, you know, a few like a jump height above the ground, and I have to approach him. I can't jump because he'll hit the bomb, and I can't really run. I have to jump early and drift into him, and that's exactly what he wants.
Yeah, it's kind of this situation. Oh, that's unfortunate for MaTheo, but it's just kind of that being able to funnel your opponent into a very, very specific avenue of approach. You use your options like that grenade, like those eggs, to say you have one singular corridor and you have to come at me through this one corridor, and when you do come at me through this one corridor, I'm waiting with an option to punish you for it. So very, very well played by Bear, and that's something that, like, not a lot of players are great at. So I'm very impressed that he's able to set up these situations as fluently as he is here.
Oh, great DI there on the grenade too, but MaTheo, just what are we doing here? It's hard. We have so much range, and Banjo's pressing us at all times. We can't really get a turnip in place to get anything started in sort of a grounded combo game. And I don't know, the boxing game hasn't really been working out.
Right, MaTheo has not had the same level of item control that Bear has. You mentioned it earlier, but I wanted to point it out again. We see Bear catching these turnips and then using them against him. Meanwhile, MaTheo yet to really catch and like return to sender any of these grenades coming his way. So it's definitely in the favor of one of these players over the other.
Double hit here too, yeah. And it just feels like Bear is opting for the range game, just because you realize you can't really box with Peaches. Pretty good trade there.
Is T? Okay.
Yeah, we're good. We're dead.
There was a split second there. I was like, there's no way he recovers from this. But then again, he has a grenade. But then, like, there is always that lingering possibility in the back of our minds that he was able to do it. It's not going to matter, though, because he comes off of the Angel platform and immediately gets that roll read on the ledge to take out the stock.
I love the option, too, to just go to the air and wait out your opponent's invincibility, too. Something you see Snakes do a lot. You should really, I mean, hey, can't damage him there. It makes a ton of sense. Playing the range game here, too. Bear just kind of giving Peach the range we need. We understand our lead that we have, and forced to approach is Peach.
Yeah, I mean, when you have the projectile game that Bear has demonstrated for us so far, why not? Like, you've got a huge lead. You can just wait for your opponent to approach, punish them for those approaches, continue to expand the lead, and play the long game. And that seems to be the correct option here, and Bear is taking it.
One thing I will say, though, I do think Bear's weakest area of this game is the corner. I feel like a lot of side Bs have been used to get back on a stage, like, and pressing in that corner stage is where MaTheo can make most of them. No! Oh my god!
That was crazy. He almost, if he had just been sent a little bit higher up, that would have been curtains for sure, being hit that close to the top blast zone. But instead, MaTheo is going to be able to live a little bit longer, so they have a second opportunity at this, but Bear still continuing to extend this lead.
They're reaching a little bit here, too. You're seeing this in the corner area, too. This is where I give MaTheo the best opportunity to do so, because a lot of really risky options come out in the corner for Bear. You see a lot of side Bs, you see a lot of bombs, a few laggy options that could be pressed. That is 1, 2 we see a lot. Only 4 left on the meter there for Banjo.
4 left in this entire game, but at 121, any of them can be lethal if found close enough to the edge. MaTheo has to walk on eggshells for the rest of this game if they even want a shot at game 3.
Press in the corner here, too. I appreciate the gusto, the bravado that MaTheo can come into these corners with Banjo and kind of try to trade these huge hits that will, any one of them land their death. Ah! That's good enough! Oh my goodness, that was the very end of the Banjo side B.
I mean, that's what I said, man. Like, I said, you got to be careful of those side Bs. You got to walk on eggshells because he's got 3 more. And any one of them could spell disaster. Let's see this again, because I think it was like the very, very last frame that side B exists for to catch him here. Here it comes. Right now. Wait, how far back are we? There it is. Yeah, that was the final frame, because you see him come out of the animation right after that. That was crazy. But as a result, is going to be able to take out that game, take out that set, and send their opponent down into losers. Very well played from Bear. I'm impressed to see a Banjo that fluent come out to play.
And
Just gotta laugh at situations like that.
It's just tough, yeah. Go next, I suppose. You just lost 19 LP in a 45-minute league loss. That's how it goes sometimes. But moving on, we must press forward.
I don't think there's anything more painful than that. It's just like you win, you get like 20. You lose, you get like 4. You lose like 40, 50. It's